Welcome everybody to this JV football game. Today it's going to be St. Christopher's Saints versus Trinity. The key players for St. Chris this game will be number 5, Jacob Carnley, who's going to be starting at quarterback. Number 9, David Johnson, who's a wide receiver. Number 42, Kent Good, who's playing left back. And A.B. Bullock, who's a beast on the O-line.
D-line.
And O-line.
D-line. And O-line. This is the first game this season. Trinity coming off a 3-5 year from the previous season. Obviously, they got a lot of new guys, a lot of new freshmen and one 8th grader. St. Chris went 7-0 last year, and they're looking to stay undefeated for Coach Sherman Werner. We'll get started. Saints won the toss and elected to kick.
The kicker for the Saints today will be number 21, Colin Tuning. That was about a 15-yard return.
Here comes the Saint defense, fronted by Captain Kent Good. He's slotted in at linebacker right now.
This number 2, the quarterback, A.K. Key. That was about a 7-yard gain.
You sit down.
Key gives the ball to Brooks. He's gonna charge for the first down line. Held up by a couple of Saints tacklers. They're able to get the first by 1 yard.
That's Harrison Wood on the tackle.
Sit down, I can't see.
Key drops back into the pocket. He's gonna look to scramble. Makes a few tacklers miss, and he's
Looks like he's about to run it all the way for a touchdown. And that was only the 3rd play, too. Trinity is off to a great start this game.
certainly that was a quick start for the Titans as they're able to clock in the quick 6 points. And that was an excellent job by Key. He was able to get around some tacklers, get around the defensive end and the offensive line, set some nice blocks for him to go all the way to the house. From previous years, Trinity's been a pretty run-heavy team, so we'll see. See how that shows today. They're gonna continue that trend. Here's the 2-point opportunity. Key's gonna take the ball himself. Brought down by Devin Stevens. So unable to convert for 2 points, but they got the touchdown. And
We'll be seeing a lot of running from Trinity tonight. The quarterback, Key, runs almost more than he passes. Also, this Saints team has been undefeated for 3 years in a row, so there's a lot on the line. That was second down right there.
Sorry about that, folks. We thought Key ran it in for a touchdown, but he was brought down at the 1-yard line.
The Saints offense will have their first appearance right now in this game.
I guess they did.
Score is 6-0 right now. Trinity in the lead.
Sorry, folks. We're kind of off to a bad start. We're going to try and pick up our game here. Henry Caudill, kicker for the Titans. Back for the Saints, we got number 9, David Johnson, and number 11, Grayson Marriott.
You sit down. No. That's the third time.
Here's the kick from Caudill. And Johnson's going to be there to receive it at the 20-yard line. A little fumble, but he's able to collect himself. And he's brought down by a host of Titans at the 30-yard line. So that was a 10-yard run by Johnson. Here comes the Saints offense looking to get back some of the points that they lost on the previous drive.
This drive right there will be super important if the Saints want to keep this distance or maybe equal up the score here.
And at quarterback is Jacob Carnley. This is his first year playing football for St. Chris. He's a sophomore. He's going to drop back for the pass, dish it to Grayson Marriott. Marriott's going to go out to the end before being brought down around the 47-yard line. That was a nice gain of 7. So it'll be 2nd and 3 here for the Saints. David Johnson currently gives the ball to Johnson for a gain of 4. That's going to be a first down for the Saints.
We'll be seeing something completely different from the Saints offense this game. Jacob Carnley has a very strong arm, so he'll be mostly passing it, while the Trinity Titans will be running it most of the time.
The Saints run a very traditional offense and show a lot of the same stuff formation-wise. Here's Carnley, drops back for the pass. He's going to scramble to the left before being pushed out of bounds. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 here.
Jacob Carnley really has it all. He's a good all-around athlete who can run, throw, basically anything.
Carnley is also a baseball player. He was the only freshman to be on the varsity baseball team last year, so. But you know, he's got a lot of athletes around him. Carnley drops back for the pass, looking for a target, and he's able to find somebody at the 45-yard line. Davis Mack on the catch. That'll be a gain of 3 on the play. Here's 3rd and 7, another big 3rd down for the Saints.
So far, this O-line has also been holding up really well. They're looking strong so far today.
Johnson in the backfield with Carnley. Carnley's going to pitch it to Johnson.
Nice gain right there.
Before being brought out of bounds by number 2, A.K. Key. Trinity is a very small team, so you're going to be seeing a lot of the same people on both offense and defense. Flag on the play. It's going to be a holding on the Saints offense, so that'll take them back 10 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 17 here. That's unfortunate for the Saints as they just got that first down, but we'll see how they recover here.
Also, running back David Johnson is also a baseball player, so both Jacob and David have some speed with them.
On the O-line at left tackle is number 72, Jack Ireland. The center, Quentin Levy. Jacob's going to pass it to Mac, and it is dropped. That'll be a 4th down. And here comes the Saints punting team onto the field. There's no bother risking it. Giving the ball up for short yardage for the Trinity Titans to deal with. The punter for the Saints, number 21, Colin Tuning. He is also the kicker, so he is a freshman. Here's the punt. Not bad. Definitely has some arc. And it is dropped by the Trinity punt returner. He muffed it, and the Saints recover. So some life for the Saints here as they're getting excited. And so are we in the booth.
That ball had a lot of arc on it. It was definitely hard to catch.
So here comes the St. Christopher's offense back on the field with a new life. We'll see what they're able to do. And that's just so unfortunate for a defense. Make a team get the opposing offense off the field just for special teams to screw it up. He gives the ball to number 25, Jack McCoy, and he's going to be brought down for a loss of 1.
Looked like he was about to lose a lot of yards there, but he did a good job of getting almost back to the line.
Erlenbeck tackled McCoy there. That was a nice job for him to sort of shimmy his way past the offensive line and bring McCoy down in the backfield. McCoy's going to remain in at running back, and they're going to fake it. Carnley's going to roll out to the left.
Oh, almost an interception there by number 72, John Woodward. That was definitely a risky play there.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 11. Another 3rd down here for St. Chris. They're not looking for big yards. They're just looking for the first down or put themselves in a reasonable spot to go for it on 4th. They're already in Trinity territory, so they're picking away here. Carnley's going to throw it over to Mac. Mac's going to be brought down 3 yards shy of the first. So here's a decision for Coach Sherman Horner to make. He's got to keep the offense on the field or send out the punt team.
And it looks like he's keeping the offense on the field here.
Indeed he is. So here's a big 4th down for the Saints. Still early in the game, obviously. 5 minutes in the first quarter, but in JV games, every possession counts. At the bottom of your screen is number 8, Devin Stevens. Currently rolls out to the left again. Outrunning number 44, and he's going to just out of the hands of Harrison Dillard. Number 44 for Trinity, Robbie Dunn, was able to put some pressure on Carnley and make him force a pass.
It'll be Trinity's offense coming back on the field now after a short possession from the Saints.
So here comes the Titans back on the field for their second offensive drive. For those of you who weren't with us, they were able to score a touchdown first drive. Here's Key in the backfield, and he's going to hand it to number 8, TJ. Brought down about 2 yards after, tackled by number 25, Jack McCoy.
Trinity has a very big O-line, especially some big players there. Look like they could be playing for varsity.
Saints are going to call a timeout and regroup, and we'll take a timeout with them.
The Saints are back on the field after the timeout. Looking to have a successful defensive stop here.
At the bottom of your screen for Trinity's wide receiver, number 11, Carter Shamuma. Here's snap to Key, and he's going to hand it to number 21, Henry Cottle, and he's brought down by a host of tacklers, including number 34 and 45, Henry Alejandro and Harrison Wood. Harrison Wood definitely wreaks havoc on the defensive line.
That was a big hit there by Harrison Wood, forcing his helmet to come off.
Subbing in for the Saints, number 54, Chris Beach, who is a freshman. And coming off.
Third and 8 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left.
So in the backfield with Key, we got Hunter Brooks. Here's a snap. Key drops back to pass, finds a gap.
He's brought down for a loss here by about 5 St. Chris defenders.
And he is brought down by Chris Beach. That's a nice first play for Beach there. Wrapping up Key. So here's 4th down, and out comes the Trinity punting team. In the way backfield for the Saints to receive the punt, we got Grayson Marriott and David Johnson. They're the special teams combo when it comes to receiving the ball. Both have great hands. And way back to punt the football, number 25, Logan Janey. Here's the punt.
Oh, it looked like he whiffed it there.
And it goes off his foot. Excuse me, not Logan Janey, I apologize. Connor Erlinsbeck. So here comes St. Chris offense. That was an excellent stop by the defense, sending him 3rd and out.
So far, Trinity's special teams hasn't been so good this game, and it's definitely something that they could improve on. And that's probably something the coach will be talking to them about during halftime.
Special teams hasn't been so good this game.
So here's Carnley in the backfield, accompanied by David Johnson. Appeared to be a false start, but no flags.
Looks like he's brought down for a loss of maybe 2 there.
He's going to be wrapped up by Erlinsbeck and number 57, Marcus Johnson. First time we've said his name today. He's a freshman for Trinity. So there's going to be a timeout on the field. Here comes the Saints. It's going to be a 2nd and 13. Johnson once again in the backfield. Bob near screen. Number 25, Jack McCoy. He's going to throw it to Mac. He's able to pick up some of the yards and a lot more.
Big run here.
And he's going. And he's going. Finally brought down at the 1 yard line, just shy of the end zone. Excellent carry by Mac.
So far, we've seen a lot of speedy guys on this St. Christopher's offensive team.
That was a great effort there by the Saints. Carnley sort of faked the pass to Johnson, who was dishing out, and a lot of the defenders sort of baited for him, and he shuffled it to Mac, who was able to just kind of take it for 40-plus yards. So here they are, first down on the 1 yard line.
Really, all they need to do right now is just run it straight through the line, and hopefully they'll get a few inches and get in.
Carnley's going to hand it to Johnson, and he is brought down at the 2 yard line, so a loss of 1 on the play. Still got a couple of downs. And off the field comes Jacob. Oh, excuse me, he's just going to go talk to the coach about a play.
A minute left in the quarter here. St. Christopher Saints have to hurry up if they want to try to score this quarter.
Trinity making a sub. Going off the field is Jaquan Atkins West.
St. Christopher Saints are back on the field. Looks like they have time for 1, maybe 2 hurried plays, and there's a flag on the field.
Flag on the play. It's going to be on the Saints. That'll push him back 5 more.
Looks like it might have been a delay of game.
So 2nd and 6. Still 2nd and goal here for the Saints on the 6 yard line. Sometimes the early delay game is good for the offense, so it makes them more aware of the play clock, gets them moving, so it doesn't happen later in the game. Carnley's going to try and take... Oh!
Ooh, looks like he got in. Touchdown for the Saints. That makes it 6-6.
That's Johnson on the touchdown. That was an excellent job by the Saints O-line to sort of get some up-front blocks and allow Johnson to slip through to the end zone. So 6-all now in the game. We got a great game going. 12.6 in the first quarter. Colin Tuning out to kick the ball. Held by Austin Levin, your St. Christopher's backup.
This is the first kick of the season.
And it's no good. So 6-all for the Saints. That was a great score and drive. Game still tied.
Trinity will have time for about 1 play here, and the quarter's going to be ended. Colin Tuning's going right back on the field to punt.
St. Chris has an interesting special teams formation where they sort of huddle up and then all split up, and it kind of confuses the opposing team, so they can try and find their man and align with them. Here's a kick from Tuning. Nice kick. It's going to be covered. Recovered by... Oh.
About a 20-yard gain there. Special teams is showing that they can.
AK Key on the return, and he just plowed through Harrison Wood, but Harrison Wood was able to hold on and bring him down. So here's first down for the Trinity Titans at the 45-yard line. Gives the ball to Brooks. And Brooks is going to be brought down by number 45, Harrison Wood.
About a 3-yard gain there. And that's the end of the first quarter right there.
Brought down by Wood at the end of the first quarter. We're tied up. 8-6 Titans.
So 6-all at the end of the first quarter. Got a great defensive game here. Both defenses have really shown their true colors, as they've each been able to hold the opposing offenses on numerous occasions. So far for both teams, the only reason they've both scored is just they've had two really big plays that have been able to sort of separate and get them going on the drive. Other than that, the defenses have been able to hold up the offenses. So we'll see if either offense is going to have any more plays like that really sparks the drive and allows them to score some more points.
Also, while you're watching this broadcast, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe.
We do streams for almost all the games for multiple sports, JV varsity, 8th grade, all sports, soccer, football, baseball, you name it. So hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a future game. Number 6, Luke Gathright, entering onto the field with the defense. He's in at quarterback. He had a little slip up this summer, so he's got a broken wrist and a big cast on his arm. So we'll see if he uses that to bring down some of the offensive players.
Trinity's starting at the 47-yard line here.
Delay of game on the Titans.
So the first penalty for the Trinity Titans, it's going to be a delay of game. It'll push them back. Here at Knowles Field, we don't have a play clock, so sort of knowing how much time you got left is sort of tricky.
Definitely not the start that they wanted this quarter.
No, not at all.
They'll now be starting on the 42-yard line. Have about 13 yards to gain here for a first down.
Here's a snap to key. Excuse me. Here's a snap to key. And he's going to throw it to number 85, Connor Earls, back for a gain of about 7 on the play. It'll bring up a third down. That was a nice way to chip back some yards.
That put them back right where they were before. They have to get about 7 here on this play if they want the first down.
He's going to give it to Brooks, and he's quickly brought down. Loss of about 3 on the play. And the defense is going to force another 4th down here.
The Saints defense has learned really well from that third play when Trinity ran all the way in to cover their running game.
Yep. So, I mean, Trinity's continued to show that they're a run-heavy team. Only throwing 1 or 2 passes so far this game. So obviously St. Christopher's is sort of going to load up the line and throw in an extra linebacker. If you can tell, they got 3 on the field right now. So here's a snap to key, going for it on 4th down. And it is a pass over the head of number 21, Henry Cottle. So here, off the field comes the defense, and on goes the offense. Vice versa for Trinity.
Trinity's looking pretty frustrated here, and they really need to get it together soon.
St. Chris is going to have nice starting position here on Trinity's 45, which is going to make it tough for their defense, because they're really pushed back close. Well, not close to their end zone, but St. Chris is certainly getting there. One or two big plays can get them into red zone, get them into the red zone. So currently going to remain in at quarterback. He's going to drop back to pass, and he's going to find Davis Mack.
Ooh. Looks like it. I think that was just incomplete on that pass.
So currently threw the ball to Mack for about 15 yards, and the ball popped out when he was going to the ground. And officials are going to sort of get together and see if he was down or if he had fumbled the ball. And looks like they're going to decide that he was down. So St. Christopher's is going to continue their run. That was a nice job there. Gain of
Turned into a
15.
big play there. That could have gone the opposite direction.
Davis Mack definitely appears to be one of Carnley's preferred targets, as has targeted him numerous times today. Carnley's going to give it to Johnson, and he is just absolutely met at the line. Loss of 1 on the play. Tackled by loads of Trinity defenders. And out there first was number 44, Robbie Dunn.
Both the defenses have been covering the run game pretty well,
Yes, that they have.
but St. Chris has been passing more often, which is giving them the momentum here.
Yeah, certainly mixing up your play calls makes it kind of Trinity doesn't know which way to attack from. Carnley drops back for another pass. He's going to sort of shuffle to the right side of the field, make some defenders
Turns into
miss.
a run here.
And if I'm being honest, he sort of ran into Chris Beach there, the Saints offensive lineman, allowing Trinity defenders to sort of wrap him up. Made a bunch of defenders miss, but it's going to be a 3rd and 10. He only gained 1 yard on the play.
The Saints have to have a big play right here.
Here's a snap to Carnley. Drops back to pass. Rolls to the right. Just before he's hit. Intended for Davis Mack on the play, but the attempted sack by Connor Erlenbach really sort of obscured his arm, and it kind of got launched over Mack's head there.
Saints will be going for it on this 4th down and 10.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, they're at the Trinity 30, so if they can't convert, Trinity's pushed back pretty far on their own side. In at receiver for the Saints, Harrison Dillard, Chase Baylor, Kirk George, Devin Stevens, and there's going to be a
Called.
timeout by the...
Oh, it's actually an injury. It looks like number 85, Connor Erlenbach.
Erlenbach's going to exit the field. And that might be a key loss for Trinity. We'll see how they're able to bounce back from that, but he's definitely been in on a lot of tackles today. Maybe he's just feeling dehydrated, needs to get some water. We'll see.
Lots of wide receivers spread out here. It's probably going to be a passing play.
Yeah. They've got Baylor, Marriott, George, and
Ooh, the defense rushing Carnley here. And almost completed.
just out of the reach of
Number
Chase
7,
Baylor.
Chase Baylor. Trinity offense coming out now.
Oh, yeah.
Looking to gain some momentum
Wait, where is it?
after a few possessions that haven't gone anywhere.
What section is it? Is it the score part?
Yeah, sir. just scroll down to where it says first and just change it to second.
Is Trinity offense going to get another chance here to go ahead? Right now it's anyone's game. It's tied up at 6. And still very early. Haven't even hit the halfway point of the second quarter, so plenty of time left for both teams to sort of get a lead and run with it.
Looks like it's a running play, and there's a flag on the field, but he was brought down for no gain.
Flag came out of the backfield ref, so must have been on either a hold or on the tackle, and it's going to be holding on Trinity. That'll push him back 5 yards. Excuse me. So 1st and 20 for the Trinity offense. We'll see what they do to make up those yards.
If the Saints can stop this possession here, they'll have very good field possession.
Yeah. They'll be super duper close to the end zone. Here's the snap the key, and he's going to look to run with it. And he makes some tackles. He makes some tacklers miss. And he is eventually brought down by number 8, Devin Stevens, after a gain of 6. So not a bad way to chip some of the yards back. It's going to be a 2nd and 14.
So far, AK Key has been doing a very good job of pushing past defenders and gaining yards.
Yeah. He's definitely got some moves, but he's also got a big offensive line to sort of spot him some blocks and give him some space to work with. Here's the snap to key. He's the only one in the backfield, so it's going to be a pass. Number 9, David Johnson, comes around.
Oh, there's a fumble on the field.
Johnson just completely unattended for, and he's able to get to key, hit his blind spot. The ball is knocked loose, but they're going to say it was an attempt to pass, but it'll still be a sack for a huge loss of about 10. So here's going to be a 3rd and 30. Excuse me, 3rd and 15. I mean, 3rd and 25.
Trinity has to have 2 very big plays here where they're going to be forced to punt it. Actually, 1 big play.
Yeah.
And if they don't gain anything, they're going to have to punt.
We'll see what they do about the punting situation, as Erlensbeck was their punter for the first time, and he is still sitting on the sideline. Key's going to give it to number 8.
Brought down for a gain of about 5.
So it's going to be 4th down here for Trinity. We'll see what they decide to do. And it does appear that they're going to go for it, as the whole offense is staying on the field. Kind
The
of
Saints can stop them here.
Yeah.
They might score.
It's kind of a ballsy attempt here.
They have to gain 21 on this play to get the 1st down.
Here's the snap to key. Definitely got to throw it here. He's going to scramble.
Oh, pressure and a sack.
And he is brought down by number 56.
Cabo Pasco.
Cabo Pasco. So nice turnover on downs by the Saints defense, and Trinity defense is going to come back out here. Having such a small team for Trinity, only 17 or 18 guys. And obviously both are going to have to, a lot of guys are going to be on both offense and defense. You know, it can get pretty tiring. So we'll see how they handle that. It's a hot day here at Knowles Field. The black turf really changes the temperature on the field.
Both teams have to stay hydrated.
Oh, yeah. Here's the snap to Carnley. And he's
It's
going
a
to take it
run here.
himself. And that's going to be a touchdown.
Big run here for Jacob Carnley. First touchdown of the season.
And that was an awesome block by Chase Baylor. He really held the cornerback to his spot and allowed Carnley to get around the end and go into the end zone. So Saints are going to take a 12-6 lead, and out comes the kicker. Originally it was Colin Tuning, but it looks like Kirk George is going to be out there for the kick. We'll see if he's going to be able to convert here for the 1-point attempt. Here's the kick.
Ooh. And it was very short.
Yeah.
Extra point from George is no good.
So no good, but Saints do take a 12-6 lead here with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the half. And this is the point where Trinity's really got to start to focus up as St. Chris is, starting to, they take a lead, and if they don't get anything here, Saints are going to get the ball at the start of the second half, so that might be an opportunity for them to sort of start to run away with the score, go up ahead 2 touchdowns, but we'll see here. In the backfield is Hunter Brooks and TJ DeLaredo. And they're the only 2 on the field. Trinity's taking a little bit of a water break here.
That's smart, because we all know that you have to hydrate to be great.
That's right.
That's what Trinity needs to come back in this game.
For those of you who didn't know, Trinity does have, he's sort of at the bottom of the screen running towards the camera, number 80 Carson Rogers, who was a ex-St. Christopher Saint.
So there's definitely some competition between the players here
Right.
to show who the better school is.
Some friends, on
Yep.
opposing teams. Here's the kick from Tuning. Here's the kick from Tuning. Another nice
Tuning has
kick.
been kicking some very far bombs here in this game.
That's right. Here's Key.
Definitely a strong leg.
Key tackled at the 35-yard line by number 45, Harrison Wood.
Titans 35-yard line. Second by Luke Gathright.
The Titans have 2 minutes and 20 seconds to try to come back. Need some big passing plays here. Maybe try to switch it up from their running.
Here comes Trinity offense. Looking to sort of crawl their way back into this game, only down by 1 touchdown. Very doable here. There's a snap to Key.
They're going for a running play again for a little gain, maybe about 1 or 2 yards.
And he's going to be brought down by Harrison Wood, accompanied by Grayson Marriott.
Harrison Wood has already gotten, I think, 3 or 4 tackles this game. Looking very strong.
Injury timeout.
And there's a Saint down on the field here. And it looks like it's going to be number 34, Henry Amahundro, the only 8th grader on the team. So that's certainly a loss here for the St. Christopher Saints. As you can tell, the Saints are down on 1 knee. Hoping he pulls himself together.
Henry is looking to have a very big football career at St. Chris, starting on the JV team as only an 8th grader. Will definitely be a key member on the varsity team one day.
So off comes Amahundro, needing help to walk off the field, and that's just something that you hate to see in the first game. No one, you don't want to see anyone on either team get hurt. Hopefully he starts to feel better towards the end of today's matchup.
The defense lining up here looking for another Stop. With less than 2 minutes in the game, or in half.
And Key gives the ball back to Brooks, and Brooks is able to make some tacklers miss. That's going to be a first down. A gain of about 7 on the play. Excellent run by Brooks. That's going to be a Titans first down.
Brooks on the carry, good for a Titans first down. We're finally brought down by
Minute 42 left in this half, and the clock is running. So
far, they haven't changed up their game plan with running, but it seems to be working right now
that it does.
with a few gains.
They just can't take this much time getting in a huddle. When you only have a minute 30 left of this game, you can't take 15, 20 seconds to regroup. You just don't have that kind of time. Number 21, Henry Cottle is going to motion, and Key's going to take it himself.
He has to go back, and it looks like he slips up for a loss about 1.
And he's brought down by his own teammate.
Key on the quarterback there, he slips down.
Oh boy, Key's down.
Injury timeout.
And another player down. And it's Trinity's quarterback, AK Key. And this is not looking good. Another injury here on the field.
This would be a big loss for them
And
if
he's
he doesn't start feeling better soon.
yeah, and he's holding his helmet. It appears to be serious. Holding his head, excuse me.
Looks like it could have been a leg injury when he slipped up there.
Yeah, might have just gotten his ankle caught with someone else.
There's a minute left in the game here. Trinity on the 45-yard line.
And Key's still down, holding his head. And it looks like he's going to be able to walk off by himself. That's a great sign for Trinity. They're definitely going to need him as he really the sort of front of this offense.
Looks like the second-string quarterback will have some time to shine here.
That's right. Sort of prove himself. So we'll see who's going to come in at quarterback. And it looks like it's going to be number 9, Caden Davis. Brooks, again, going to accompany him in the backfield. So we'll see how Davis does here. He's going to give it to Brooks.
Another
And
big
Brooks
run here.
tackled by 3 Saints. Harrison Wood. Evan Wilson.
The Titans have taken a timeout here with 39 seconds left. They have to have some big plays if they want to score. And it's 3rd down and 11 right. Actually, 3rd down and 3. Sorry for that.
They have officially entered St. Christopher's territory here, passing the 50, so. Only 40 seconds left, though, so you really can't be taking too many run plays. It's just not going to be effective. Hopefully they're lining up like 6 or 7 plays here.
Maybe with the new quarterback, we'll see some different plays,
More passes,
some
yeah.
variety,
Right.
which could be good for Trinity.
Yes. So here they come.
Trinity lines up here.
The Trinity O-line has really done an excellent job so far, only letting up about 1 or 2 sacks. So
And it's another run play.
back to Brooks. And a flag is on the play.
That is enough for the first down if the flag doesn't revert that.
So that flag, even if it is against Trinity, will stop the clock. And it is against Trinity, so that'll be a holding call on the Titans, and that'll push them back on their own side of the field. on the other side of the 50, but it does stop the clock. So at least there's, I guess, one positive aspect of the flag. I don't know. It's going to be a big loss, though, so hopefully they can sort of regroup and get situated here.
Number 55 on Trinity, Carlos Moro, has really been a beast so far, not letting many defenders get past him with his height.
So the clock is running, and this looks like it's going to be the last play of the game unless Trinity has another timeout. Then they could use it, but with only 10 seconds, I can't imagine much is, yeah, especially with him motioning. Nothing's going to happen.
And it looks like another run play, and he's tripped up. And that's going to be it for the second quarter, and it's halftime.
So the first half is officially ended. St. Chris leading Trinity 12-6, and they will receive the ball to start the second half. So far, we've had a great defensive game, keeping both teams to low scoring. So we'll see if that sort of remains a trend. Trinity,
All St. Christopher's has to do in the rest of the game is keep the momentum.
yeah, maintain the score, right?
While Trinity on the other side really has to have a good talking to during halftime. If they want to come back, they have to score at least a touchdown and more if they want to take the lead.
Yeah. So we'll see you we'll see you in 10 minutes at the start of the second half.
And we're back, everybody that's watching. The score is 12-6. St. Christopher Saints are leading.
St. Chris here will be the ones to receive the ball at the start of the second half. So here we go. So on comes the special teams of both teams, and coming out to kick the ball, number 21, Henry Cottle for Trinity. And back to receive, once again, Grayson Marriott, but Jack McCoy has replaced David Johnson in the backfield for receiving the ball.
David looks like he was having some pains at the end of the half.
Yeah, his face kind of like grimacing, I guess, I don't know. So flag on the play, probably offsides by Trinity. So that'll bump him back and they'll have to re-kick, which might actually be a good thing for Trinity because the ball was going out of bounds on that kickoff. So
Both of the start of a new quarter, Trinity has gotten a penalty the first play.
So here we go on the re-kick.
Right now it's Henry Cottle kicking.
So we'll see how this kick fares compared to the last one. And here's the kick.
That was a better kick right there.
Definitely.
Caught
McCoy.
by Jack McCoy, who's running it back for a big gain. Gets to the 48-yard line on that return.
That was an excellent return by McCoy to sort of catch the bullet of a ball that was kicked to him and kind of regroup himself. Make a couple tacklers miss, and the special teams, up front special teams guys did a great job to set some key blocks and allow him to sort of break free there. So here comes the St. Christopher Saints. They'll be starting on the their own 47-yard line. Currently going to remain in at quarterback. We're sort of curious to see if Levin will pop in here. We'll see how the game goes, I suppose. Carnley's going to drop back and dish it to Marriott, and Marriott drops it.
It's incomplete there on the play.
Bit of a low pass from Carnley, but certainly catchable. Just sort of maybe a miscommunication. I'm not sure. Only second and 10, still second and 10 though. So here they come. Marriott on the wrong side of the field, so he seems unsure of what the play is. It's going to be the same play, and it's going to be tipped up into the air by number 44, Robbie Dunn. That was an awesome job by Dunn to kind of tip that ball up. Unfortunately for Trinity, they weren't able to come down with the ball, but they are going to make the Saints go for a 3rd and 10 here. So
Trinity's defense has been very good this start of the second half.
yeah,
Looks like they worked on that in the locker room.
the locker room on the field, on the track. So they're going to do a little trio here at the bottom of the screen. Carnley drops back to pass again, and he is going to throw the ball to Mac, who wasn't even looking at all. I think Mac was, sort of extending his route, and he wasn't ready for the ball that Carnley threw him. So here comes an upcoming 4th down, and this is a big one for Trinity if they want to get back into this game.
Looks like they're going to be kicking it off or punting it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tuning's in the backfield, so he'll punt it. Back for Trinity, it looks like it's going to be Henry Cottle.
Ooh,
High
snap. But a very good punt from Colin Shooning.
And Cottle's just kind of let it roll, and here it goes. Saints are going to down it at the 15-yard line. That was an awesome punt by Tuning, who booted that from around the 35-yard line all the way to the 15. So that's a nice way to make up for the missed PA attempt. So Trinity definitely pushed back here. They'll be starting from their 15-yard line. Got a lot of ground to cover. Of course, plenty of time to do it, so we'll see. Interested to see if Key is going to be on the field or if he's out.
It looks like he still is out.
He is out.
At number 9, Caden Davis is still playing.
Yep. So we'll see how that fares in the second half. He's going to give it to Brooks, and Brooks is tripped up for a loss of, loss of 1 on the play. In for the Saints is Chris Beach, and coming off is Harrison Baratka.
So far, Trinity still hasn't changed up their game plan and are only running at this point.
Yeah, I mean, though they're losing, it's working. They're only down by a touchdown, so
Yeah.
no need to do some, I don't know. We'll see. Here's a snap to Caden. Whistles are blowing. It's going to be a timeout by Trinity. So that was a quick way to pull the trigger on a timeout. Maybe the play clock was running down. But we'll see if that's going to cost them here in the future of this game. So as they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout with them. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Welcome back. Trinity's got the ball on their own 20-yard line. Second 11 here. Here's snap to Caden. He's going to give it to Brooks once again. Brooks is going to try and get to the outside. Got some blockers. And he's going to wound his way up at the 30-yard line. There is a flag on the play, though. It's going to most likely be a hold. That it is.
These wide receivers really aren't getting too much action this game.
No. They're kind of just designated blockers.
Yeah.
But hold on, Trinity. That's going to push them back another 10. That's just not really, it's not a productive, not a very good start for their offense this second half. Hopefully they can sort of regroup and get it together and try and get back into this game. So it's going to be a 2nd and 21. And if I were a betting man, I'd be willing to bet they're going to run the ball again. So we'll see.
Their quarterback, number 6, Hunter Brooks, is definitely getting a lot of action.
Yeah.
And will have some pretty big running yards this game.
Whistles. It's going to be a delay game, so they'll move back even further. So it's not looking good. They'll be pushed all the way back to their 5. So at this point, even a sack can give the Saints a safety. So they really got to get out of this tight pinch that they're in and move a little faster so they don't get any more delay game calls.
It's another run.
Back to Brooks.
After a few jukes, he looks like he made about 4 yards on that play.
Yeah.
It's
Let's be
third with 23 yards left to go.
third and long. Jeez.
Third and long.
I don't know, Coach. Maybe some pull out the passing play. Oh
They don't get
boy.
a first down on this play. They really have to punt it.
Yeah. You can't go for it on a 4th and 20 when you're at your 10. Jeez. That's basically like just running it into the end zone for St. Chris. So here's the snap to Caden. Brooks is not in the backfield anymore, and
it's
it is going to be a
pass on
passing
this
play. A rare pass going to play, and they're going to get about 3 on the play.
Brought down by number 28, Kirk George on that play.
And caught by 21, Hayden Cottle. So
To play like that could potentially fool the St. Chris defense.
yeah, for sure.
And get them a big
We got a rare passing play.
long play.
So let's see what they're doing. Are they going for it?
Looks like they are going
Wow.
for it.
This is a gutsy
So
call.
very risky.
Oh no, they're gonna punt it. Okay. I was about to say. Back is Devin Stevens.
And that's another whiff.
So they put a new punter on the field, or it might have been the same punter. Regardless, about the same result. So St. Chris is gonna get the ball at their own.
St. Chris with possession right now. Very good. Very good placement on the field.
Sorry about that. So here's St. Chris coming in at Trinity's 26-yard line. And
Just a few good plays here, and they'll make it 17-6.
yeah. Not sure what happened there, but Jack McCoy was on top of the ball. And gain of about 2, so. St. Chris heading up to the line here. Currently lined up behind the center. And he is going to take it himself. And he's going to take the ball. He's going to run it. He's
Big
going to
run
get the
from
first and a
Conley.
couple more. Pushed out of bounds by Brooks. So, nice job by Carnley to sort of fake out that Trinity defender.
If they keep this momentum right here, they're looking like they'll score very easily.
That indeed.
And it's 1st and 8.
So they're in the goal here. First and goal, so we shall see. McCoy lined up in the backfield, and Johnson has I don't think we've seen him go in this second half at all, so can only wonder what's going on with him. So the run to McCoy is going to be no gain on the play. So 2nd and goal here from the 8. Johnson is just hopefully starts to feel better.
This is a very important drive right here. Because if the Saints score, they basically pull away, and it'll be super hard for Trinity to come back.
Yeah, move up by a 2-touchdown lead. You know, certainly possible, but we can only see. Here's a snap to Carnley. But
caught.
still caught. And the receiver there was absolutely leveled by Carson Rogers. That was Harrison Dillard.
That makes it 3rd and 8.
And he's going to head off the field. And then coming in for Harrison is Devin Stevens.
These 2 plays right here are super important.
So
They have to try to gain something.
that play was certainly not productive as it was a loss of 3. If Dillard had just let it fall, they'd be in a wee bit better of a position, but only 3 yards doesn't make or break the drive. Here's the snap to Carnley. He's going to look to pass again, and he's got Mac wide open, and Mac's going to run it in for the end zone.
All the way in. That makes it 17-6. St. Christopher Saints.
So another touchdown by St. Chris and another nice play by Davis Mack. He had a rough start in the beginning with a couple of drops, but he certainly made up for it by a heap of big plays.
And we'll see if St. Christopher goes for another field goal or if they go for a 2-point conversion this time.
Yep. I can only imagine that they'll go for 2, seeing as they had 2 guys go out and both miss the
It looks like they are going for 2 here.
field goal. It's currently lined up behind the center. He's going to fake it to McCoy, roll out. Max wants him to throw it to him. Carnley will just take it himself and get the 2 points.
That makes it 19-6 now. They have a very big lead. At this point, I think it's going to be pretty hard for Trinity to come back.
Yeah, for sure. Still 3 minutes left in this third quarter, and hopefully Trinity sort of regroups and gets it together so they can score here and give themselves a fighting chance.
AKK still has not come back from the sideline after being injured.
Yep.
I wish we had instant replay for the punt.
You could have queued it up. We do have instant replay.
I know you said we weren't doing it though. I'm saying we should be running. Great punt. Great punt there. Let's play it back. Let's take a look at that punt again. Let's just take a quick look at that.
Colin Tuning will be kicking it off right now. He's been doing very good this game.
We haven't set it up or whatever.
That would have been too fun.
Here's a kick from Tuning. It's
Another
going to
good
be
punt.
caught by Brooks, and he hurdles his own teammate. And is brought down at the 35. So
And it looks like he got injured on that play as
Brooks.
he's limping off the sideline.
Oh yeah. Brooks goes down. That might be a big loss for Trinity, as they have already lost AK Key.
If they did lose Brooks, I mean that they would have a backup quarterback and backup running back.
So this is really going to be Trinity's opportunity to sort of show us something and make some plays. At the bottom of your screen, number 80, Carson Rogers, and a receiver. See if he, they choose to throw it to him. They're going to give the ball to Henry Cottle, and he's going to be tackled for about a loss of 2 on the play.
And the throw definitely is possible in this game, as we've seen it at the end of the second half.
Yeah. It's in the playbook. They're just not calling it.
Trinity every year has always come out and been a running team. And it works sometimes and it doesn't.
Yep. So here is the Caden Day,
And it's another run.
and he is
Big loss.
brought down.
That's Evan Wilson right there.
Huge tackle loss. Dorito stopped by Alejandro. Loss of 5.
Loss of 5 there.
Wait, what? He got
Third and 15 here for Trinity.
Minute and 25 seconds left in the third quarter.
They've really got to get at least 8 to 9 yards here to make it a doable fourth and sort of get back into this game. And here they come to the line. Gooden bucket snap. Here goes, and we got a passing play. Let's go. Make some moves. Brought down by Harrison Wood. Gain of 5 on the play.
That again was Henry Caudle. He's definitely the best option here that we can see.
So 4th and 9. Trinity going to stay on the field. They don't really have much of a choice here. Unless they choose to punt it again. And they're going to opt to go for it here.
Pretty risky play while they're only on their 35-yard line.
Yeah. It would put St. Chris in a great position. They're going to give it to Brooks.
Another running play.
And that was quick.
And that is brought down by A.B. Bullet.
First time we said his name today. He is going to be an absolute nuisance on the defensive line this season. He is a new member of the St. Chris family. And he's going to wreak havoc this year. He's a big kid with a lot of talent. So back onto the field comes St. Christopher's offense. And with him joined by Harrison Wood. He doesn't see much offense, but he's going to see it right now. Usually a defensive player, but we'll see what they got for him. And he
Looks
is
like
going to be the running back.
position.
This will be interesting, folks. He's going to be tough to bring down if they choose to give it to him. And they do. And he's just plowing.
And it takes about 5 defenders to bring him down there.
Gain of 6 on the play, and that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter.
Saints are now on what looks like the 24 or 29-yard line. Very good field possession.
So it's the end of the 3rd quarter. St. Chris leads 20-6.
And we're back, folks.
Start of the 4th quarter. Harrison Wood's going to stay out there at running back.
The Saints have had momentum since the since the 3rd play of the whole game. After a good run by the quarterback of the Trinity Titans, A.K. Key, but he is no longer in the game anymore.
Here's the pass to Mac. And he sort of bobbles it and drops it.
Jacob
So-
Carnley has been throwing it low.
That he has. That shoulder pad can kind of intrude with the shoulder and make it tough to get the ball up. There's a flag on the play. So we'll see who that's on.
And it looks like it was against the Trinity Titans.
Yep.
So it'll be St. Chris's ball on the 30-yard line. Actually, the 25.
Refs are going to get together and kind of rediscuss this penalty call. And
Some confusion on the field.
they do determine it's a penalty, and they're going to take that. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty for unnecessary roughness
They're
on
starting,
55 Carlos Moreau.
they're
So that's
starting on the 15-yard line.
yeah, that's just not. Gotta control your emotions so it doesn't cost your fellow teammates. Here's St. Chris. Wood remains in the backfield. Currently is going to get the ball, give it to Wood. Wood is going to push through some defenders for a gain of about 8 on the play. Another nice run by Wood.
Harrison Wood has been looking like a beast
Yeah.
at running back, even though there's only been about 2 running plays so far with him included.
Yeah. And off comes Wood. We'll see if it becomes a season regular this year at running back, or if it's just a rare occurrence because David's not feeling too great.
It looks like he could be a very good running back.
Yeah.
Dude, that was so random. I was like, do you need anything? It just hit me. Yeah. Okay. You need anything?
Currently going to be lined up behind the center, McCoy in the backfield. He's going to give it to McCoy. McCoy's going to take it through the left. Gain of about 1 or none. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Big play here for the Saints. 3rd and 3.
From this 4th quarter, we're going to see a lot of running plays from St. Chris as they're just going to try and run out the clock. Not give Trinity any time to sort of regroup and score. Currently back behind the center, going to give it back to McCoy. Oh, nope. QB draw. And he's going to take it himself for the 1st down for running out of bounds.
Currently does have that secret weapon on him with the ball fake
Oh,
and
yeah.
a little run. As he's snuck in for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion so far.
That he has. And they're only 4 yards away from the end zone here. And this touchdown could really seal the deal unless Trinity has some miraculous plays coming up. Carly's going to roll out, and he's going to throw it to Mac. Just out of reach.
St. Chris only has a few yards that they have to make to get in. So they might be looking at a run play here. Only 4 yards.
So here comes St. Chris, 2nd and 5. 2nd and goal from the 5, excuse me. And they're going to give Carn, they're going to let Carnley take it again. He's going to attempt to throw it again. And nearly caught by Chase Baylor. But it was just too short, and Baylor couldn't recover his feet in order to make that catch.
Looks like those shoulder pads really are affecting him.
Yeah.
With low passes.
Yeah. Especially being a baseball player where you're really used to getting your whole shoulder involved and getting it around, and now you got that shoulder pad sort of obstructing it. Can make it sort of tough to adapt to. So here's another 3rd down, and this is a huge down for Trinity. If they're able to hold them here, even if they're backed up or Saints score a field goal, that could be kind of a deal breaker for Trinity. So we'll see how they're able to do here.
St. Christopher's is really taking their time and just winding down the clock.
They're going to give it to Wood for the touchdown. So that is Harrison Wood's first touchdown.
That makes it 26-6 now.
Yep.
There's still the opportunity for either a field goal or a 2-point conversion.
Yes.
It's
And
looking like there's no chance whatsoever for Trinity to come back.
Kurt George is going on the field for his second attempt of a PA attempt, of a field goal attempt. His first one, he kind of shanked a little bit. Didn't have the height or wasn't straight enough, so we'll see. He's able to recover here and knock it through. Holding.
Ooh, and it looks like that missed.
No good. Holding the ball for George was Austin Levin.
We might see some action from him later in the game because of the big lead by St. Chris. Just some time for the second string quarterback to practice some in the game. Colin Tuning will be punting here again,
So here's another chance for Trinity.
or kicking off.
He'll show Trinity how the punting is supposed to be done.
This is really obviously they would like to do this anyway, but if Trinity could score a touchdown here on this kick return, that put them in a really good spot to with plenty of time left, so they don't have some long drive.
They can still pull something out of the bag and come back.
For sure. Just all depends on how they manage their clock and how their defense is able to hold the offense. I imagine if they do score, they would result to an onside kick. But only the coach knows what he's got planned. So here's a kick from Tuning. And another nice kick. He doesn't have a lot of height, but he's definitely got distance.
The returner runs over one person, but is brought down at about the 33-yard line.
Tackled by Brody Mize. Dude, what?
I want Trinity to punt again.
St. Christopher's defense out here again. They've been looking very strong in the past 3 quarters.
Is this yours? Is that gum?
That's a passing play right there, and it gets them about 2 yards. Nothing much. Trinity really has to have some big plays here if they want to score. Clock's still winding down, 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. And it looks like Hunter Brooks is back in the game after what could have been an injury. This is 2 passing plays in a row now. But both plays, the number 21, Henry Caudle, has been brought down for either no loss or a loss of yards. That was Henry Alejandro on the tackle.
Another Titan is down, and it's going to be 21 Henry Caudle. He's had a pretty successful game today, putting up a lot of run yards. So, especially for a team like Trinity with barely any men on their roster, they just really can't afford to have this many players go down. As this is the 3rd guy who's going to get hurt today. Thank you. So Caudle able to walk off the field on his own. Good sign here.
Looks like Trinity has lost some of their best players this game, which is really unfortunate.
So hopefully, Trinity's really got to regroup themselves after this long break and make something happen on this 3rd and 11. And we shall see.
Now it looks like number 6, Hunter Brooks, and the quarterback are the only people in the backfield. And that's a big run right there, almost to get the first down. Looks
Was
about a yard
indeed.
short.
That was an excellent run by Brooks. And we'll see if they move the chains.
Carries it for a gain of 10.
It is going to be a 4th down. So that was a nice run by Brooks to put him in a better position to make this 4th down a lot more obtainable. Only a 4th and a couple of inches. I mean, it is just right there. And Brooks is limping. That's not a good sign. They cannot afford to lose him. See if Caden's going to take it himself here so they can give Brooks a breather. And they do give it to Brooks. And Brooks hobbles his way, makes some defenders miss, and he's still going before being pushed out of bounds by number 34, Henry Mahundro. So another excellent run by Brooks, and he is really limping right now.
Putting him back in probably wasn't a very good idea on that play, even though it let them gain some yards. Looks like it made his injury a bit worse.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's still fighting through that pain and is going to play, because they really need him at this point.
Yeah, that they do. Time is just ticking down, and Trinity continues to be sort of leisure about it. So here's a snap. The cut on to Caden. And he's going to give it back to Brooks.
He still hasn't been brought down. And he's limping very bad.
And I think at this point, Brooks is just like fiery competitive. He's playing in. He's just going to fight through the pain. I mean, wasn't his most successful run today, but in terms of his being able to prevent the other team to tackle him.
And it looks like he's done for the day.
Yeah.
He's on the sideline now. About 5 St. Chris defenders brought him down on that play.
So coming in to replace him is number 11, Carter Shikakuma.
Three minutes left in the game now.
Another pass play, and it is dropped by Henry Cottle. So
looks like we'll be seeing all passing plays from now on.
Most likely,
now that there's no running back.
And so far, all of their pass plays have only run 4 or 5. They've all been the same thing, which is just a little boot to the outside.
I'm not sure if they do have any long passing plays in their playbook.
No.
Looks like a little flick to the side is all.
Maybe they got it. Maybe they've got them just so they can have a little fun in practice. I don't know.
Maybe.
Here's a snap to Caden. He's in the backfield.
Oh, and there's a running play. Looks like TJ Delorito is in as the second string running back.
And he's just shy of the first down. So it's going to bring up another 4th down here for Trinity. They were able to convert their last one, but we'll see if that luck continues. And back on the field is Brooks. Jeez.
He's just not quitting.
No, he's not. He's not going to finish this game on the sideline. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. And a timeout is called by the Trinity Titans. And out comes the and if you haven't done so already, please take the time to subscribe. Gotten loads of new subscribers today, including Mr. Mark Holloway. So just take
Shout
the
out
time
to all the teachers here at St. Chris who are supporting their students watching the game.
yeah. Just take the time to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you can get notifications for all the upcoming streams. Really appreciate your guys' support, as it makes it more enjoyable for us to announce this game for y'all. None of us said anything for like 10 seconds. Sorry.
And we're back to Trinity. It's about a 4th and 1 here on the 21-yard line.
2:21 left in the game and a fall start.
Trinity's really falling apart here at the end.
That's going to be a fall start on 85 Connor Erlenbach. It was also...
We saw him grabbing his helmet after that play. Looks like there's a lot of frustration running through these players right now.
Yeah. And that 4th and 1 just turned it into a 4th and 6. So here's the snap to Caden. They're going to give it back to Brooks, and Brooks is going to make some people miss. And he's eventually brought down by Harrison Wood, but not before getting the first down and crawling his way to the 16-yard line.
And he's still hobbling. Harrison Wood has many tackles this game.
That
He's
he does.
a beast on defense and offense.
That
as
he
we've
is.
seen.
First and 10 for the Titans from the Saints 16-yard line.
Another great run by Brooks. He's going to head off the field. That may have been his last play. We shall see, but if it was a good way to end it. So coming back on to replace Brooks is TJ DiLorito.
Minute 45 seconds left in this game.
Here's a snap to Gaden. He's going to give it to TJ. And TJ goes nowhere.
The Saints defense has really figured out their playbook because of the short variety of plays. A lot of running. Not so much passing.
So the clock is still running. At this point, I don't think Trinity is like... They don't really care. They're just taking their time.
Minute left now. Trinity has time for a few more plays.
Here's a snap to Caden, and he's going to give the
Another
ball
run.
and another loss of yards. So they're going to lose another 3 there.
Looks
be
like
a
there might be one more play,
third
but this
and
is the game
15.
right here.
Yeah. St. Chris probably going to put in some younger guys, some more inexperienced guys to sort of see some game time and some action.
Loss of 2 yards. Brought down by Baracco.
So time is only ticking, 25 seconds left in this here game. And as Camden said, this certainly looks like the last play here. And Brooks is going to be a part of it. And he's going to take it.
Oh, and there's a big hit right there by number
24.
24, Evan Wilson.
Nice play by Evan.
Brooks carries for a gain of 3 yards.
And that's the game right there. Final score 26-6.
So Saints are going to continue their undefeated record.
Thank you all for watching the stream.
Excellent job by St. Chris. Maybe we'll get some post-game interviews here after the game.
And the St. Christopher's varsity football team will be playing tomorrow at 4 o'clock versus Trinity at Trinity. So that's going to be a very big game.
Yes.
So
Thank
come
you
out
for
and support
watching. Thank
that.
you for tuning in. Stick around if you want to see some post-game interviews. They're coming. Have a nice day.
Yeah, I'll do the camera. Coach, are we doing post-game interview?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's down there, right?
Yeah.
See who he is. What?
Test.
Can you hear him on the?
That'd be good. Just have the latest is on King New, get an injury up there. Be like Rapid 4 out there. The rap sheet at the rap sheet.
Hey Camden, bring the camera more on the team. You got it on them, but tighten up a little bit. You got it, Mac. You got it, man. You don't need porch. Coach Horner, man, he walked away and let somebody else talk, and then he stepped back up into the huddle and talked more. Like, oh, I coached for Coach Horner for 4 or 5 years, so I know. It's just, no, JV. All right, here we go. Yeah, I coach linebackers for the 7th grade. We don't miss any tackles. You can't go any further than that. Tell them stop right there.
Stop there.
Yeah, yell at them and get them.
Grab someone and come back.
Right there. Get Harrison Wood. He had 50 tackles. Yeah. Get Harrison. Who is getting? AB? AB. Come on, Harrison's right there. Come on, H. Wood. Come on, bro. Come on, Harrison. Oh. Get coach. Get a coach. Get a coach. Get a coach. We got to get something, man. We got to get something at this time. All this time we waited. We got to get something. Get some. Get a coach. Get a coach. Coach Horner. Coach Horner. All right, zoom in on. Zoom in on. He's good right there. You're good. Mac, you're right there. You're good.
Down here on the field with Coach Sherman Horner. And how do you feel about today's win?
I'm really psyched, no doubt. We came out. We really haven't gone 11 on 11 very much. If it's been the heat, we've been inside. We had some weather issues. We've had some field issues because soccer's been out here. So all that said, we've gone 11-11 a few times, and it's been great. So we responded well today. Trinity came out and punched us first and got a quick score, and we responded, and we just executed. And we saw some guys rally from getting banged up a little bit. But no doubt, we came out doing things the right way and building some toughness. It was good.
What's something that you're looking to work on this upcoming week for your next matchup?
Good question. Just basics. Just basics. Well, you keep laughing. It's just fun. That's exactly what I said. Execute the fundamentals. You see a team that does that well and a team that it doesn't. They had a hard time getting some snaps off. And it really can be that basic. So we're just going to keep it basic. And I'm really psyched because we played through a lot of ups and downs today, even though it looked like we were always winning. There was some things we scrambled. We were scrambling. Some guys had to fill in some spots they hadn't been used to playing, if any at all, on like kickoff and kickoff return. And they stepped in and did it. So I'm really psyched. I'm really proud. Yeah.
That was Coach Horner there.
All right.
Congrats. Good
Thank
luck on
y'all.
your season.